Okay, so I just wanted to shoot kind of a quick conclusion because battery died filming that first part of that segment of the vlog. I'm just gonna add this on as the conclusion to this vlog. I don't know yet what I'm gonna title this. I'm thinking it's going to be something like, I was almost gonna say starting again, and maybe that's kind of the way I've been going about this with these titles that I'm putting on these vlogs. It's really basing it off of what I'm feeling in the moment. It feels like a good title because I felt, it's just 2 weeks, but I felt like there was a bit of a disconnect period there too. So I'm picking that title because it feels right in terms of I haven't made this a habit yet, and for me that's kind of the whole point of saying something like starting again. So that is going to be the title for this, is starting again. I think it cut out the last portion. I think cut out right after I was talking about helping my brother, and being happy to have this opportunity to work with him. He's my younger brother. He's 2 years younger than me. We've been extremely close our entire life. Had to basically share the same bedroom for a good chunk of growing up. But he's my best friend. I love him, and I'm just happy that he's looking to take an opportunity and work with me and learn about this industry that I love. And it's great. I think he's loved hospitality, but like many, I'm sure, in this current world right now, it's this is a situation that's kind of opened a lot of people's eyes up to the situation that, again, we get past all, we get through this pandemic. And last time I was looking, I think the numbers are starting to look better, which is great. People can get back to doing hospitality and, get back to a sense of normalcy. But for me, when I think about my brother, it feels different, because it feels like it was a situation where, because of this, it kind of almost, maybe sped up a feeling of wanting to look for, something else. And that's interesting. I would support him in whatever he wants to do, but it's nice to think that he would be interested, more in pursuing this path. I think digital marketing is a great career. It's a very challenging one, but I think it's a very rewarding one. It's taught me a lot about myself, and it's taught me how strong I can be. It's taught me how to motivate. It's taught me how to persevere, dig deep, problem solve, and be optimistic. It really is. It's a really great career, and it's a really tough one. But I think for anybody, honestly, and maybe that's why I'm going into this little thing about this, but for anyone that's thinking about it, I think this is a good time to think about it, because it's gotten a lot. It's getting a lot more competitive. But man, that's part of the fun. Based on how I look at it. So, vlog starting again. I believe this would be the fourth vlog. So fourth vlog, and title this one "Starting Again." Just covered, some updates on my struggles to start doing some sort of more professional branding videos. I think I decided on an actual template that would be easy enough to do. Next real challenge is going to be finding the time and that is going to be a real challenge. I really think I'm gonna have to try to do one of these on the weekend. You know, it's just gonna. I think that's gonna have to be the way. It's easy enough to. Well, it's not. It's even still a bit of a challenge with these videos. Just the vlogs, which this one will have. So I've said before, you know, I'm posting these raw and unedited, but this will have a slight edit to just kind of, you know, mesh these two disjointed videos together. I didn't even actually look exactly where I had cut off, so but I'm pretty sure it was when I was, you know, going through just the recent stuff with my brother. But that's good stuff, you know. So, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, so vlog number 4 in the books. To anyone that might ever watch this and sits through this, I do appreciate you sitting through, and hopefully the rambling and the uhs and the stutters and whatever the disjointedness of this delivery is appealing, I guess, in a way. If you know, if there's anything about what I say in these that is helpful to someone else, I don't really need to hear it, I guess, but you know, it's, I guess it would be nice to know that, you know, I'm putting these out there again, you know, if it's more cathartic for me to just do this. It's part of this process for me. I think I've said this in every single one of these vlogs, but I'll say it again. It is not meant to garner, this is not part of this process to garner any type of viewership or audience. But I think that if someone does end up watching some of these, hopefully they do find some value in them. I mean, you know, I'm going through is a really challenging time in my life, but it's challenging for a lot of the good reasons. You know, life can be challenging, and I think, you know, that's something it's just something I'm really thankful for, especially in this time. And it's something that I've wanted to talk about because, you know, me saying it out loud just like that right there is helpful for me, because I tend to be really hard on myself with this stuff, and it's hard to stop doing that. You know, I had a bad viewpoint on being hard on myself, to the point where I felt it was, and I really can't, I don't know if I can actually, if I'm being honest with myself, use the past tense there. I feel sometimes, a lot of times deep down, that it's still that harshness, the harshness that I take with myself, or that I have with myself, that it's been a part of, you know, how I've grown, and how I've gone from this, you know, just unmotivated student in high school and college, a student that was, you know, especially in college, that dealt with a significant amount of depression, and something that I didn't even know how to identify until recently. But someone that did, that struggled with depression, that struggled with finding motivation, finding some level of engagement, you know, to go from that to this point where, you know, I've found a career that I just feel I can just continue to push, and, you know, one where I'm excited to be a part of. I love my job, you know, I love what I do, and I love that I've been able to continue to ramp up that challenge, and, you know, work on bigger projects, and you know, see real success in terms of the results that we've gotten for clients, and it's such a good feeling. But it took a long time. It took a long time to get there. And I think, maybe that could be part of these vlogs, more than just maybe rambling about what my feelings are on a given day. It could be nice to just talk a little bit about what this journey's been like, because hopefully maybe there's some kernels in there for people that are, not even necessarily younger than me. Again, I'm only 31, and I've got a long way to go, and I've got a lot to figure out. And as I've said in these things, I'm struggling with a lot right now. I mean, I really am. There's so much I want to do, but I could turn this into more of a thing where it's, helpful for me to look back on what I've done up to this point and talk about it. Because I've taken what feels like maybe not nowadays as much as before, but it felt like an unconventional path, and I could, actually touch on some of that and talk about that, and that could actually form a story. It could be a bit of a story. I like that, and that would have something that I think could have more meaning. The cathartic aspect of just kind of turning the camera on and talking, great. I think, there's still obviously an aspect. I like the feeling of just, being able to talk to the camera and share some things. It's a nice feeling, but to form a narrative around this, I think could elevate this whole project a little bit more, and give it some more meaning behind. I think for me to continue with this, I think there needs to be some more inherent meaning even to these personal vlogs. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I am going to start talking about my story. What's led me from the early stages in life to this point, where I want to be honest. I can say that I feel completely independent financially, spiritually, personally, I guess. I mean, I'm a married man, but in terms of my life, where I'm going with it, what I'm doing, what my wife and I want to do, I feel like we're in this place where we feel completely independent because of the challenges that we've taken on and the steps that we've taken, and we're in a good place right now in terms of what we want to do next. I feel we are not beholden onto anyone else but ourselves. Depending on who's listening to this, if anyone ever does, God, I gotta stop saying that. No point in actually saying that. I'm gonna always say that part. I'm dropping that. But depending on who might listen to that last bit, it might come off as potentially a little selfish. Maybe it is, but I think for me, it was always something I wanted to be in a place where I did not feel I had to seek help from someone else, that I did not need to rely on my parents or anyone else in order to pursue the things I wanted to pursue. We are not rolling in money or anything like that, but we have made difficult choices. We've faced a lot of challenge to get to this point where my wife is able to pursue a higher form of education. We were able to do it without incurring a huge amount of student loans. We're not taking on any student loans. I am in a really great day job that challenges me, that I love, and I'm able to find the energy to maintain a side hustle. I am, my wife and I have been able to, and if she was walking in right now, she'd say she's not been doing the best job with her diet in the last couple of days, but overall we have challenged ourselves to eat better, to live better, to be connected with each other more. That's a huge thing too. I mean, we've been in a relationship for over 10 years, and that's, especially when you get into that 11-year, 12-year range, I mean, things can get a little old. Well, I don't know, how should I say this? Things can get a little stale, and if you're not willing to work at it, things can lose some of that vibrancy, some of that passion. And we've never had a time in our lives where we've been this busy, and we were both working a lot, but amazingly, I actually struggle to think about a stretch where I have felt more connected with her. I mean, we are making a point to invest in ourselves as a couple too, and not just in personal growth. And that's something I want to include in the story, because I have gone through, as a couple, we've gone through a lot of challenges too. I mean, it's not been smooth sailing, and I mean, I just think we're in the strongest place we've ever been after 10 years, and that's amazing. I mean, the sex life that's grown. I mean, that's increased in in our frequency and what we're doing, what we're trying. I mean, not to go too far down that path, but I mean, it's just, again, talking about that aspect of a relationship that's 10 years in. This is not what you hear from people a lot of times, and that to me is special, and it's an aspect of all these other things. And I think it's worth sharing that, if I can continue to do this and I can continue to just talk about this, I think it'd be worth sharing that, because it's a unique story, and it's one that I think is worth telling. So yeah, I think I have a new game plan for my personal branding videos and this vlogs, and oddly enough, coming to that realization makes me think the name or the title that I wanted to title this vlog is actually even better than I had anticipated, because it has even more meaning now, given that line of thought of wanting to take these vlogs in a different direction. So it really is starting again. That's interesting. Well, thank you if you are watching. Thank you. I was looking up at the record button for some reason, but thank you for watching. My name's Stephen Trevathan, and this is my 4th vlog, starting again. All right, bye.